It is quite nice as well today. So we'll start our lesson.
Okay. Mm, I
Oh,
missed the last session. I missed.
okay,
Uh,
no problem. Have you received my email?
yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay, no problem. I can go through with you if we need to. Huh?
And just to let you know, Anjum sir, uh, the previous unit, I have just started to prepare the assessment, and since it's gonna be my first assessment, I don't think it's gonna be that much satisfactory. But I think you are
No,
gonna give me your feedback.
don't,
And
don't worry. I'll give you feedback and we'll improve.
is there any kind of time? I mean, limitation that we have to submit it within this period, or it's
Technically, we're supposed to be within 2 weeks. When we'll finish the unit.
after the film? Okay, okay.
So, but it's fine if you, due to your personal circumstances, if you're late, so it's not a big issue.
Yeah, I have a kind of really hectic schedule these days, and
Hmm. No problem. We'll crack on and we'll start and then we'll go through if we need to.
okay.
Okay, so we're doing unit 5. Is it unit 3, level 5? Customer
Yes.
relationship management in tourism and hospitality industry, and we discuss CRM, customer relationship management, why those are crucial customer relationship, and we discuss about what is a management and why relationships are important within hospitality and tourism industry with reference. Okay, so what we covered up to now, any thought, anything you remember?
Mm,
Yes.
Yes.
We did. We looked at the different definitions of customer service. Customer relations management or CRM. We looked
Okay,
at
good.
the different models, like the value chain, Francis Bottle, the IDIC, and the 5 process model as well, and also the Gartner competency model.
Mm-hmm.
We also looked at the teams. That was last week. Yes, we did the teams. Yeah.
Yes, we discuss different team building model. We discuss about what is meant by
Correct.
effective team, how we can make effective team. We discuss about the Tuckman model. We discuss about norming, storming, yes, forming stages of the team building. We discuss about well-being team roles.
The grow model.
Yes, we discuss about grow model. And today,
The 5 dysfunctions of the team or something like that we did.
yes, we discuss about function and team function. So today we are moving forward, and today our discussion will be focused on introduction to legislation in relationship management. Further,
Mm-hmm.
be on complaint management, and I think so. I not put it as an objective. Our discussion will be on communication and role of communication in customer relationship management. We'll discuss as well.
and then, sir,
So,
is it gonna be the last lesson of Unit 3?
and no, next week will be the last lesson of this unit.
Okay.
So we'll try to be summarized and we'll prepare some mind maps to go through, according to we'll discuss next lesson according to our assignment, and I'll ask you to prepare a little poster so which we can discuss and share as well.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start. So what do we know the consumer rights and compliant management, and why we need to be managed compliant. Your thoughts. Consumer rights. What sort of rights?
Consumer rights, they should get the service that they pay for,
Hmm.
and uh, meeting all the promised standards and the safety features.
Hmm.
Uh, and also, when we talk about the standard, there might be some government regulations as well. That is why we say consumer right. But uh, first of all, when we are talking about customer relationship, I think the main focus is that they should get what they pay for, I think.
Mhm. Yes, well done. So we discuss about these, and now we are today are going to further discuss in detail consumer rights. Consumer is a king, customer is a king, and we are servant. So consumer have but whatever we'll say, we should deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
So consumer is the first we need to be central point in our planning. So today our consumer right, when we are talking about consumer rights in terms of the legislation, so first we need to be focused on Supply of Goods and Service Act. Different country, this act is slightly different years, or we can say Service Good Act 1979, 1982 in different. Whatever the supply of goods or service, we will promise and we should deliver, and the goods need to be fit for purpose. That's a key element. So
Mm-hmm.
legislation these normally consider as a Supply of Goods and Service Act 1982, Sales Good Act 1979, and the Sales and Supply Goods to the Consumer Regulations, which is happened in 2002, Consumer Protection Unfair Trade Regulation, Unfair Trade. Like goods not fit for purpose, goods is harm, goods are not safety level or standard not meeting. So all these sort of legislation is quite crucial in terms of hospitality and tourism industry as well, like other industries. So this Act 1982, it's cover all work carried out by the people who provide a trade. Builder, hairdresser, dry cleaner, mechanics. The law covers the service carried out in a home or other premises. So it's come under this legislation. So the work must be done with the reasonable skill and care. Reasonable skill. If somebody say I'm qualified but actually not qualified and they do the work. If somebody painter say I'm qualified, if the cleaner say I'm qualified, actually not. So we need a reasonable skill and care.
Okay.
Like the mixing the chemicals, not putting the right, it could be harm to the our customer. That's why it's quite crucial to be have a reasonable skill within a reasonable time. If no time limit was agreed with the customer earlier for a reasonable price. Yes, we said we will give you 5 star, we said we'll provide you this, we should. Sales Good Act and service, then we said no, it's not included, this is a inclusive, and lot of sometime is a bad publicity will happen. It's happened in travel and tourism industry a lot in the UK and rest of the world as well. This act also cover all the work carried out by the people who provide professional services. So reasonable skills, average service provider, quality of work, skill and care. So really we need to be focused. Then we Sales Good Act, customer would expect to get the better haircut from award-winning hair stylist than from the trainee hair. Yes, because they have a different price. So we need to be look around like in a service sector. Poor skill if the hairdresser accidentally spill bleach on a top and soon it would have a pay compensation or replace the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to be look around poor skill, what can be and how these can be leads to. Supply of goods and service act. If the reasonable time and no time limit was agreed, the customer earlier so reasonable time, yes, enter to the decorator or living room.
Okay, so could I ask a question? So an example could be like if it is they telling you that you could get your food, if you don't get your food within 15 minutes, then it's free.
Yes, actually, the whatever will promise supply of goods and service act says within a reasonable time, within a reasonable quality.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever we'll agree with it, it will say like the one of takeaway being fine in the UK because they said the lamb, spring lamb will sell, but actually they not used to sell the lamb, they used to sell the beef instead
Mm-hmm.
of the lamb. So if there is a difference because the lamb price is a £10 a kilo and the beef
Mm-hmm.
is a sheep is a £3 a kilo. So there is a big huge difference. The guy said I can't afford it to be sell on that price, but the trading standard said no, because you supposed to be deliver whatever you promise.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this thing, so we need to be very careful when we make a decision about these things.
Okay.
So we not make a promise because otherwise the act will be applicable. Providing
Yeah.
a service to the customer if the time was not agreed with the customer, they are legally entitled to be have the work done in. I said, oh, no problem, we'll try to be finished as soon as possible. In me, as soon as possible is a 1 year, is it? Or is it few weeks?
Hmm.
What is a reasonable time? We don't have a clear definition, but it says as an industry average.
Mm-hmm.
A reasonable price, what does mean? What the average service provider would charge. We'll say like someone in different part of the world drink orange juice and orange juice price is normally pure is let's see 10 rupees. But the guy asks 500 rupees. Is it reasonable? Other places is a 10 rupees and after drinking there are no price tag and somebody said no, you pay 500 pound up 500
Hmm.
rupees. The huge difference. So we need to think about is a reasonable price. Yes, reasonable price could be
Yeah.
fluctuate 10-15%
Mm-hmm.
enough, but it's reasonable. Yes, it's not mean 500 times higher than.
Yes, that's unreasonable. That's too much.
So estimator and quoter, an estimate is a rough guess. Yes, the work is need to be doing and approximate cost. A quote, a
Mm-hmm.
fixed price, if provided goes over the price, the customer may not be under the obligation. We say, no, we'll charge you fixed price, we'll do this and that. Or we'll deliver you this food on the fixed price.
Mm-hmm.
Wash, cut, blow, dry, pound, cut and color 30 pound. Some business use fixed price listed for all their customers. Yes,
Under so the price should be always fixed, yeah?
yes, different. I mean, we can't say, I'm charging too many different price because my hair is a half hair, yes, because a half gone.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody can say, oh no, you're cutting half hair, my hair, yes,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
half head. So can we charge the half price? If you're if we are a hairdresser,
Mm-hmm.
somebody have a very little hair,
Yeah.
can we charge the same price or we should charge the different price?
I think we should charge a different price because I mean everybody wouldn't have the same length of hair because for me personally, when I go to the hairdresser to straighten my hair, I pay a different price than somebody who has hair down to their back. So they don't necessarily have a fixed price when coming to most hairdressers because they do things, some of them do things by the different lengths of a hair.
Yes, so it's supposed to be communicate to the customer that if you
Yeah,
want to up to this level of hair cutting, we will charge you different price, and our different price will be add up to £4 or £3 or £2. Normally our price is £5, but we'll charge you £7 for threading or various other. Yes.
yeah.
So we do shampoos and we do hair wash, do all other sort of things. So we need to be look, we need to look around because customer we need to put and we need to think about the legislation what is meant by reasonable.
Mhm.
So but not pretend the customer is aware of.
Yeah.
Legally we need to tell before because we are obliged to be have a contractual agreement. So law of contract says
Mhm.
help and avoid disputes. It is a good idea to be both customer and the trade to write a clear agreement. Yes. So then won't be happen these sort of. Next is the Sales Good Act. Sales Good Act 1979 is quite popular in the UK. Various countries have a different legislation. So I'm not aware of too much about other countries' legislation, but just will discuss, the world normally. Sales Good Act or Sales Act date can be different. If the goods are the material provided as a part of the services also right under the Sales Good Act, or the service good need to be fit for purpose. We say in gym, but there is a no where we call need to be fit for purpose. Otherwise, there is no point. Yes.
Mhm.
Sale and supply goods consumer regulation 2002. A trade person or the service provider must repair or replace any faulty goods. Like here, we have a customer have a right any electronic equipment what you buy, you have a right 90 days. If the item is
Mhm.
faulty, you can return.
Yeah.
If the goods is not fit for purpose, you can. I have a same sort of experience. I bought a book. That book was not appropriate for my daughter, and I went to return that book, but the service advisor said no, we're not going to return because there is a mark on the book. But actually, the lady put the lipstick on the book. She was
Mhm.
eating, and that happened, and she said no, is a dot there. We're not going to return it. I
Mhm.
complained to the CEO of the company, and they called me and they paid me damages £50 and
Mhm.
fund it and they send me apology letter. So I mentioned them. You said we are happy to help your logo and your value, and the Sales Good Act 1979 says good not fit for purpose should be returned. So
Mhm.
that book was not appropriate fit for purpose for my daughter. So that's why I'm going to return it. So in same way, in a consumer have a right to ask.
Yeah.
So consumer protection, unfair trading, like your book flight, actually flight not going and you're not refunding the money.
Mhm.
Yes, consumer protection, unfair trading is unfair. Yes, so is the
Yes.
legislation there misdescribing thickness of something, a roof or drive? Yes, we need to be telling the customer that a skin have plumb in when whatever we call service company within British standard when they don't. For example, ISO 9000, false claim can be made verbally as well as a invoice on advertising. So we need to be look around this and we should inaccurate we can be penalized according to the act. Criminal offense to make a false statement about the goods or the provision is
Mhm.
describing the thickness, telling customer the price should be says the VAT is it tax included or not? We not mention, and then we said no, we'll charge the top of tax. We should say this is including tax or this is excluding tax. This is a airline industry including airport taxes or not. When we reach at the airport, they will ask pay the separate airport tax. Yes. So we need to clearly mention is it including or excluding. Otherwise, it's come misleading, and that could be leads to. Okay, benefit of effective compliance and service management system. Next, we looking now. Those are the legislation which one of our learning outcome which we need to be addressed. So that's relevant to we discuss about legislation regarding the sales and the provision of the service. So next we looking compliance management. Why we need to manage the compliance. Compliance and service management system assure the possible level of safety and effectiveness, facilitate identification and implementation of the product, inspire the employee to report the product is performance issues, establish sufficient to meet the regulatory and minimum expose the product liability or any legislations will come against and reduce the cost and poor quality. So compliance management is contribute to continuous improvement. So if we don't have a compliance management system in place, every organization need to be a compliance in place. We can't 100% can. There could be errors in some time in the world, but we need to acknowledge it and we have to adjust it. Product design, product reliability, process uniformity, and reproducibility. So we need to look around, all the product design. Is it regular, continuous improve, product reliability? Somebody complain, say, product is not reliable. We said it will give this level of the product we can use 3 years, product waste after or damage after 1 week. So we need to look around. Okay, then contribution to reduce risk. If we have a compliant management system, risk can be reduced. Risk to the patient, risk to the user, business risk, liquidity, liability risk are the compliance risk. Compliance is more legislation. Liability is we are liable to be paid damages, and the business risk could be a bad reputation. So design the risk management system within our organization, either input, expert opinion, different sort of system we can look around, risk management system within our organization, and then final stage, we can consider this information. We can try to be improve our operations within our organization. Design in a risk management system. You do quality plan, risk related to the elements like non-conformance, production, and not according to the standard. We need to look around the security, surveillance, compliant, adverse events, and all sort of things. Those we need to be look around under risk management system. Recognizing the original estimate. Yes. So we need to be what happen if we don't fill it, like clinical trial experience. Yes. Published literature. Clean your hand when you enter to the patient room, when you leave it. Yes, those sort of hygiene factors, all sort of things, these need to, what type of the chemical you use in a cleaning purposes. Yes, you wash your hand and you look, if the floor is wet, so we need to be look around. Customer have a right to raise the complaint, and we have a complaint system in place that will help us to reduce the risk and improve reputation. So there are different things, because this is slightly different industry. Shop floor, we need to look around the corrective and preventive action. Corrective, we can correct, we can learn, we can improve, and preventive, it won't be happen in future. I gave you example of, do you like strawberries?
Yes.
Okay, so what's happened in here is one of the big supermarkets is called Tesco. So they advertise they dropped 50 strawberry prices, and one of GCSE student learn about what is 50% meant by. So they advertise price used to be 150, but they used to charge 85 pence, and but they advertise we drop 50%. So due to this 10 pence, 10 pence extra they used to charge, a young student of GCSE, she said, they are telling lie, and they paid 3 million pound fine
Wow.
due to the just strawberries. And then they set audit department making the right sticker, right pricing tag, and they link with the advertising campaigns as well due to customer complaint. So we need to look around the complaint system. All this is a management risk assessment based on the complaint. We can look around the field experience flow. Yes. Within our organization, we can look around the product issue response to the team. We can different location communication we could improve that will help us to reduce these complaints. Complaint mean any written, electronic or oral communication that is efficiency related to the identity. Yes. Can be quality, durability, reliability, safety, effectiveness or performance of device, performance of service. That's all comes. So that's why it's quite crucial to be have our oral communication, written communication. We can communicate to the clients. We is a crucial to be meet the regulatory requirements. It's according to the Boston Scientific Journal in January, they did research on it. Failure to establish and maintain the procedure, reviewing and evaluating complaint is formally designed a unit of unsure complaint or process a uniform and timely manner. So we need to look around complaint handling upon the receipt. We review, document, assign, evaluate, we need to establish, then we determine, and then we can draw the future conclusion from it, and we continue to improve. Any question?
No questions.
You can relate your compliance management system within your own organization when you do this sort of assignment. So you could add all these points as well, some sort of points, and it's inside the book is a quite good. You can, if you search it, when you search in a book, you can type the word complaint management, that will take you there. Yes, and you can read.
Yeah.
You can read and you can write as well. Okay. Content management is like those sort of things. So we need to look around. Okay. Next, our area of discussion will be communication. What is meant by effective communication? Effective. What is meant by effective? Communication refers to the transmission of information from sender to the receiver via given medium. Two ways of communication involve some kind of feedback back to the sender. So effective communication need to be two ways. Yes, is achieved which have a clear goals and objective. What we want to be achieved when we discussing with somebody, really what we want to be achieved at end of our discussion. Business decision without relevant information, decision making can be hindered. Then we can look around the motivation worker, team working, and price recognitions. We can coordinate, we can promote. Method of communication can be formal, informal. We can look around the huge range of information, communicate with the range of method, financial performance, instructions, future plan, verbal, written, visual, image, that all sort of communication we could use. And Chinese whisper, yes, is popular. Yes. So classification or classifying communication, internal, external, formal, informal. ICT communication, we could use email, graphics, software, word processing, presentation, and these sort of why communication advantages and disadvantages. Presentation reports can be more professionally. Risk of information overload. Sometimes communication too much, the information can be overload. So actually we can decide of the purpose of the communication. For the customer relationship management, what type of the barrier can be? You saying in a different language, in different sign, that can be a barrier, cultural barrier. So we need to be address it, we need to be eliminate it, and we have to improve it. Lack of clarity, perhaps explain the message, use jargon, incorrect timing, like different country, different time zones, medium, attitudes, language, and culture. So all these leads to poor communication. Communication as a business grow, communication can become more difficult as a business grow because there are more employees. Problem of poor communication leads to the low morale and poor motivated workers, difficult to implement the change, lack of overall direction for the organization, slow decision, pressure from the stakeholder, and wish to keep informed. What is the communication? Is a which allow to interact with other people in form of which is just element of presenting communication, how we can present oral, can be formal presentation, technical report, meetings, and these are the things really we need to be, which is one of our in under which we need to be look around the effective strategies of team working communication, which we'll try to use some models which I'll go through few in next lesson as well. Then we'll address the remaining legislations, we discuss customer experience, we discuss in one of lesson consumer behaviors and service function, and we discuss about today complaint management. We already discuss about this is customer satisfaction measurement in our discussion, which we discuss about service quality models as well. So these sort of quite mixed discussion which we already did. So in last lesson we'll bit and pieces we'll try to address again. Any question?
No.
No question, Mani. Let's and I have a question about quiz, huh?
Okay.
So we'll play this video first. What is meant by according to one CEO of the company? What is about communication this all about? Sorry, is it according to the scenario based learning? The communication is a process in a complex process, yes. Sender, message, channel, and receiver need to be clear. Yes. What is the definition of communication? Message sender, face to face, 3S, sound, there are the 7S approach we need to use to improve the customer relation. Message need to be complete, message need to be concise, message need to be, yes. So please, I'll go through as well, but 7S, the 7 C's approach is quite popular in effective communication. 7 C's. So message need to be complete, message need to be concise, message need to be. So please, you can copy link and you can go through as well. Any question?
No, so far.
Okay, we'll go through this quiz. You're happy? We'll do quiz, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this quiz is about customer service, dealing with the problem and compliance. Okay, so first question, which one of the following service compliant? Poor quality in the restaurant, incorrect delivery, fault DVD, dealing with the problem, complaint, failure to return. Which one of the following a service complaint, which is related to the service?
Poor quality meal in restaurant.
Okay.
Incorrect.
Unfortunate not. We'll go through. Next, which of the following service related to the complaint?
Service.
Impolite salesperson.
This one? Next, which of the following most common from the customer complaint? Incorrect price, misleading information. Incorrect size, faulty product, dealing with the problem and compliance.
Most common form of customer complaint.
Sorry, which one? This one? This one? First, second, third?
I think faulty product. That's common.
Correct. Which of the following most effective when dealing with the compliance? Most effective, which one?
Write down all the details.
Write down all the details. Okay, a freezer whose door opened the wrong way is an example of
Faulty product.
Faulty product. How can it be?
Don't worry, we'll go through. A failure of the treat patient to an department within a waiting. Which one you think correct?
A failure to treat patients at an
Service complaint.
Is service complaint? Is it medical complaint? Is it product complaint? Public complaint?
failure to treat patients at an A.
Sorry, which one?
Within the waiting time. Public complaint.
Public complaint? Unfortunate not. A customer complaint should be seen as positive experience, dealing with the problem, negative experience, avoid experience, repeatable experience.
Unavoidable experience.
Complaint.
Avoidable.
Avoidable experience?
Yes.
Which one?
An avoidable experience.
When dealing with the complaint, promise the customer you will do all you can to sort out the problem. Anything to return their custom, more than they say ask. Whatever they ask are dealing with the problem and complaint. Which one you think?
First one.
Well done. A customer with a faulty product is entitled repair, replacement, refund. The replacement and refund. Repair, replacement or refund. Dealing with the problem or replacement and refund. Which one you think? Correct option. Repair, replacement, refund. Repair and refund or replacement and refund.
First one.
No.
So that's what we'll go through. A customer who telephoned to report a fault may be angry with back office staff, organization, faulty equipment, customer service assistant who take the call or dealing with the problem.
The customer service assistant who takes the call.
No. Why not? Okay, don't worry, we'll go through. So first one was service complaint is a failure to return the customer calls.
So which one of the following is service
Because it's a service, yes.
complaint? Okay, let's resume. Okay.
Second was correct. Third was correct. Fourth,
The most effective in dealing with complaint.
identify the important fact.
Is an example of it.
A freezer is a product complaint, yes.
Okay, it was a bit tricky on product complaint and faulty product.
A freezer whose door is open that's wrong way.
Is an example of a product complaint.
Yes, product is not fit for purpose. Oh yes,
Okay,
you're right.
so a faulty product would be
Faulty
what
is not function. It's not a function. It's fault happen. Yes.
okay.
A failure to treat patient. A service complaint. Yes.
Yes.
It's not been provided up to within a guideline. Yes.
Yeah.
Like here, NHS waiting time is 3 hours now because lot of queues. But sometime this year they went up to the 6 hour people wait to get the service. But they do the patient prioritize if somebody have a very serious condition A or B or C priority, then they treat them accordingly. A
Okay.
customer complaint should seen as a
Positive experience.
positive experience. Correct. Repair, replace or refund. Repair, replace and refund. Or refund, yes.
Yeah. Assessment or refund. Okay.
Only the words difference, yes. And
Yeah.
or yes.
Because the first one and the third one sounds similar.
In English, we just and or have own meanings, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it's just or, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not and. See, they can get refund or replace, yes. Or repair, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's either or, they can't have all three.
No, you can repair, replace, and refund. No, you can either you get the refund, either you replace, yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you want
Or
us,
you
we can
refund.
repair you.
Alright.
Customer who telephone to report the faulty may agree with the organization. The customer service is dealing it if the organization not deliver it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's all. It's just a matter of really a bit,
Reading.
it's a sort of, it's not just purely quiz, it's a just generic things, in a different words. Okay. Today we learn about regarding the compliant management, how we can manage. We discuss about some legislation, and we discuss about role of communication, how we can. Please look around 7 C's for effective communication, which try to use in your assignment as well. And I'll go through more in detail during our next lesson. Any question?
I'm looking at the last question for the assessment, which